How's it going, Father Arian?
Good. You know, we start Lent already.
Yes, I know. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And our poor pastor is down for the count.
Yes.
He's got a stomach virus and was not able to join us at all yesterday. Poor guy.
Just to be sure, it's not the coronavirus.
No,
right?
no.
That's
just,
it.
Yes,
just to be sure of that.
And he's not contagious. He's staying home.
Yes, he stayed home.
But
yes.
I gave him ashes yesterday. Yeah. So
he will be back. He will be back soon.
Yeah. Yeah. But we managed to get through, and we hope you feel better soon, Monsignor, in case you watch this.
We send you the best for you.
Yeah. Do you think he watches this when he's not in it?
I think so. He might be laughing at this moment of us. Without me, they are not able to do anything. But we are.
Yes, we got through Ash Wednesday great. Between the deacons and Father, and you know, I helped a little. We did it. So, but we had a great turnout for a lot of the services and the masses.
Yes, I had the chance to celebrate the 9 o'clock mass, packed with familiar faces that I see regularly during the weekends. But the 7 o'clock, I saw a lot of new faces and young faces. I really was happy to see young faces, and they stayed. They didn't stay just for the ashes. Oh. They came and they stayed through the entire mass. You know, sometimes after the homily we do the ashes, and some people they left.
I saw that at the 9 and the 12:10 that people were leaving right after the ashes.
They remained until the end of mass. So
nice.
It was really nice.
Cool. Yes. You know, that's really great to hear. When I worked at St. Aloysius, we were having one of our masses, and this man was standing in the back, agitated, and I went over to him, because I was in the back too, and I was like, "Can I help you?" And he goes, "When are they giving out ashes?" I was like, "Well, after communion." He goes, "I didn't come here for that. I came here for ashes." I was like, "Dude, do you realize that the other one is more important?" Like, we come here for Jesus. Ashes are a sacramental, not a sacrament. But this guy, all he wanted was the ashes. It was very strange.
But not really. Yesterday, it was really beautiful.
Good.
Beautiful day.
Good. I am so glad to hear that. And the parts that I got to participate in, I love Ash.
And I heard also that the parking lot was really packed, difficult to go out because of a lot of traffic. We are good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. All right. So coming up, we have a bunch of things. It's Lent, so now we're into full swing. Lots of events happening. Starting with this Friday, we have stations. Before stations, we have Adoration. After the 9 o'clock mass, and then it ends at 1. Normally, it's published somewhere that it ends at 2, but call the office because we normally end at 1. I'm not sure what happened there. And then we have Stations of the Cross at 7 p.m. in the church, and they will be every Friday during Lent. On March 20th, we're doing a special Stations of the Cross with the theme of addiction recovery, and our addiction ministry is writing them. I've already read a couple. It's going to be so neat. I'm looking forward to it. And then this Sunday we have the rite of election. Bishop O'Connell will be coming, as well as catechumens from around the diocese. Every parish that has catechumens who are preparing for baptism at the Easter Vigil will be here. And they go from being catechumens to the title of elect, which means that they have been chosen by God for baptism, and then it gets recognized by the church on that day, first in their home parishes at the rite of sending, which will be at 10 p.m., listen to me, 10 a.m. here. Our two catechumens, Rob and Jake, will be sent, but at that point we bring them in front of the community, and I speak on their behalf and on behalf of their sponsors, saying that they are ready, and then the parish assents to it, because they've seen Rob and Jake in church for over a year now, dismissing and participating in the life of the parish and stuff. So it's easy for the parish to say, yes, we know these guys, and we recommend them to the bishop.
So they sit in the first pew, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Every Sunday at 10 a.m.
Yep. So then later on, when the bishop comes, again, the director of the catechumenate gets up and says, I'm presenting these catechumens, and the bishop says, cool, and then he changes them from being catechumens to elect, and then they get baptized at the vigil. So I'm very excited for that. I love the rites during Lent.
Last year also it was a beautiful, I remember also it was a beautiful ceremony, a lot of people from the entire diocese. So it's beautiful to see that they will be welcome during the Easter Vigil, so it's hope, beautiful.
It is, it's lovely. And then next Wednesday, we have 2 events, 2 of our interfaith, one is ecumenical and one is interfaith events from our clergy association. Our Lenten lunch and prayer is going to be here for the first session, and that starts at 12. You can come for lunch at noon, and then we pray at 12:30, and then at 1 there's a second seating for lunch, but that's in case you couldn't come to the noon one. So you can either come before we pray or after we pray for lunch, and we pray in the middle, and that's in church. And our guest preacher is Reverend Dirk Rankin from the Episcopalian Church in town, St. Peter's. And then that night we have a lecture from a professor at, I think, Monmouth University for Children of Abraham, and it's going to be all about Jerusalem. So Jerusalem is a fascinating city. Never been there myself. Hope to get there someday, but we'll see. Probably not. Frank's been there, but we haven't. So, but anyway, there's the three faiths all live together there in relative harmony. There's some interesting political stuff, but he's going to talk about the history and also the way that our three faiths, Muslim, Jewish, and Christian, all kind of live together there in the city.
Do you know if he's going to talk about the ladder that is?
Oh, that ladder? I don't know. I hope he does. We should ask him if there's a Q&A. But come to that. That's going to be in Dentisi Hall at 7 p.m. And those Children of Abraham things, they really are great. If you can get out here, they're wonderful. And then every Tuesday during Lent, we have confessions, and of course it's ideal that every Catholic should get to confession at some point before Easter. If you haven't been going consistently throughout the year, the teaching of the Church is that every Catholic should go to confession at least once a year, unless there has been another reason why you should go. And again, before Easter is ideal, because then we renew our baptismal vows, and there's reconciliation and baptism are very tied up in one another. So 7 p.m. Tuesdays, and then our regular sessions, which are Saturdays.
Yeah. After the 9 o'clock Mass, and then after the 4th. What time is the Mass on Saturdays? 4:30. 4:30.
That was really fun yesterday. Yesterday's service was at 4, right?
Yes.
So I kept getting the two of them confused. I was like, wait, 4, 4:30, which one's which? Cool.
So we have confessions Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Yes. So plenty of opportunities for that. And then there will be a day of reconciliation and adoration in March, and we'll talk about that another time.
And also it's an opportunity to remember which Lenten practice you are having for this season. So this is just not to give up a piece of chocolate or cancel Facebook, something more. What about to restrain about talking negative about people, to restrain your anger, to do something good for others? Start with home. Probably that will be a nice experience for us, and spend like 5 minutes in front of the Lord quietly, not asking, not demanding nothing, just to contemplate His presence in your life and whatever is around you.
Absolutely. Lent is the best.
Lent is the best. Yes.
It's a very good focusing time. All right. Anything else for the good of the order?
No, I think that we have covered everything so far.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's it. So we'll see you in church.
God bless.
I hope at all the other events.